Hey everybody, welcome to the Two Broke Gamers podcast. I'm Ricky.
I'm Steve.
What's going on, y'all?
Yep.
Yeah. So we got a pretty good show ahead of you guys to talk about some discussions. We only got like really Nintendo stuff, Smash stuff. Latest on Apex. As we're recording this show, it's like holy crap, what's going on with Apex and many more. Because before we were going to talk about Apex, we're going to talk about things leading up to it and be like, oh, we're so hype and it's happening right now, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But one of the most important things we want to bring up is Nintendo's plan that they started a program for YouTube to, share revenue between the person who is doing a YouTube channel or YouTube review or what have you, Let's Play, of a Nintendo game that you can be affiliated with Nintendo, and Nintendo makes some sort of money off of it, and so does the YouTuber. And it starts off at a smaller percent, but, I mean, it says in their finer print, that it's subject to change. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that, Steve?
And I agree with one of the most well-known Let's Players, PewDiePie.
Yeah.
He came out and actually spoke about this, and he basically, I'm going to sum it up in my own words, what he said. He said that there's so much free advertising from the Let's Players sampling your product and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, people know your game exists because of the Let's Players, and that should be enough. He's like, there's over 20 million people subscribed to PewDiePie. If whatever game he chooses to play, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a bunch of people going buying that game, no matter what game it is.
Even to a point where the newer game that just came out, I think it was called Dying Light.
Yeah.
And someone had taken a picture of a poster. Because it was basically kind of against PewDiePie, but it says like PewDiePie's like quote, and it says this game is awesome, and it is being used in advertising, and but that's a different point. But I mean, if he's reviewing it, basically he's becoming a reviewer, and his name is like that powerful, where it's being used in advertising. I mean, he's got a point. But not only that, the fact that Nintendo wants like money that badly, like did he really need money that badly? People always talk about and defend Nintendo and say, oh, they got so much money in reserves. Well, if they do, why are they doing this?
I don't know. I think it's unnecessary. It's a very unnecessary thing.
Because I agree with PewDiePie, and I agree with the way I always saw Let's Plays. I remember when I first saw a Let's Play. I don't even remember what it was, but I remember seeing a Let's Play and people playing games. I thought there was a crazy new thing like years ago when it was like first like starting to become a thing. And it was like, well, I watched videos of games that I never played before, and I want to play them because these people are playing it. It's maybe some of the newer, and that's the thing too. Some newer games that just came out, people are watching it on Twitch because because that's their final judgment. They want to see, is watching this person playing a game. It doesn't even matter the person, depending. Sometimes it doesn't depend on the person playing. But really, it's like, is this game going to be worth my time and worth my money at getting?
Yeah, they want to see gameplay. They want to see how this game works.
Yeah, and to kind of like try to get shares of that. I mean, if you're not making your money off a game, then make a good game. But meanwhile, Nintendo makes quality games.
Yeah.
So it's weird that they're gonna just do that.
And I disagree with this whole thing.
Yeah. To actually quote PewDiePie directly, because I know you kind of like
I summed it up, but you can actually quote him.
I also think this is a slap in the face to the YouTube channels that does focus on Nintendo games exclusively. The people who have helped and showed passion for Nintendo's community are the ones left in the dirt the most. And finally, when there's just so many games out there to play, Nintendo games just went to the bottom of that list. Even if more publishers start implementing this idea of sharing revenue, then fine, there's always going to be plenty of games out there ready to become the next Minecraft. Sounds cheesy, but it's true.
Yeah, look at Minecraft now.
Yeah.
Minecraft started out just like this. It was a game that no one really knew about. Some people played it on YouTube and Twitch, and it became humongous. It is now it sold for $2.5 billion.
By Microsoft. And it's only getting bigger. I don't even know if it's going to stop getting big.
Exactly. So if you want to go and implement this, you're like PewDiePie said, your games are going to the bottom of the Let's Players list.
Yeah.
And they're going to pick something else.
Yeah, because it's I mean, Let's Players, yeah. And everybody that streams on Twitch, some of them are out for the money. Some of them just want to play games and have fun with people in a chat, basically. It's like basically they're kind of hanging out with their friends.
Yeah.
However they want to see it. And of course, some people do Twitch and use it for competitive purposes, like LOL and anything esports, basically.
Yeah.
And if you're just gonna try to make money off of that, like I don't really see it. I mean, I understand like there may be publishers that are paying people to review the games and only do certain things, and that's another thing too with Nintendo that I don't agree with, that they want to enforce a part where they have to review what you reviewed. So whatever you played and whatever you recorded on YouTube, they have to view it first before it gets submitted to like before it gets published and everything on YouTube, which is kind of like, really?
Now they're interfering way too much.
Well, I don't know. I guess it's just. I mean, we talked about this with the interview that Emily Rogers had with Dan Edelman, where he's talking about that they're kind of pushback when it comes to new technology, and this kind of like, again, Nintendo showing their age. This, I mean, they're a 125-year-old company, even though they've only been in gaming since the 1970s. I mean, they're starting to show their age at this point. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, look at Steam. Steam started off horrible. People hated Steam. And it's like one of the top things that people use, even though people are still against Steam and use like DRM-free games and whatnot. People go on GOG or whatnot and go to other sources. But Steam's like the go-to thing for PCs, especially when you got like games that are selling that used to sell for like $50, $60 that go for like $1. You know, people are still buying these games.
Steam sells OP.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They set a different standard in video gaming because it had a huge library of old and new games and such an easy kind of like way to play them, and it's very accessible. And they've embraced it not only through just word of mouth and just everything. They also, have computer games, and most of them could be bought by Twitch. I mean, most of them be shown on Twitch, but be played on Steam and whatnot. And and I don't remember any time Steam has ever gone, we're against you guys playing on YouTube. We're against mods. We're against all that. Like, basically, Steam is the anti-Nintendo, where Nintendo is very much against mods. They're very hush-hush about Project M, a mod of a popular mod of Brawl. But, look at Steam, where they basically sell Gary's mod.
Yeah, pretty much. They're like, Half-Life? No, it's Gary's mod, basically.
Yeah, and they embrace that, and they made money off of that. I mean, somebody made it, and then it's like, okay, let's sell it. And I mean, but it works out because people buy it and they use the hell out of it. People make films and like short films off of it. People mod the hell out of the game to like, different things of like Portal and whatnot, all that stuff. And it makes for good quality stuff. And mind you, Nintendo's all about, I don't know about that. We can't have Project M on our Miiverse, which, they censor it. They delete your post from the Miiverse and tell you you're doing like illegal activity.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Nintendo, thanks for making me feel like a criminal for buying your stuff. Like they really did. Like, I stopped using the Miiverse after like that one post that I did. I mean, I haven't used the Miiverse in months. I don't remember the last time I used the Miiverse.
I don't either.
and that's the thing. Nintendo really are shooting themselves in the foot. And if they don't, I mean, they're trying something new, which is like, this is obviously coming from Japan and Nintendo of Japan. Nintendo of America obviously wants to embrace some of these things, which I think even with going to Smash Bros, like we can segue to that eventually. But looking at the tournament that they're sponsoring this tournament, and not only that, they're going to do an announcement on Sunday where they're going to talk about the future of sponsoring and helping out the Smash community, and they're embracing it. And that's just Nintendo of America, though. I don't see a lot of talk coming from Nintendo of Japan. I see it mostly coming from here because I think they know it's a different culture here. It's a different world. Where in Japan, they're kind of like, yeah, I mean, they embrace somewhat of the scene over there, but it's not that big over there. I mean, that's why Smash Bros is really big in the U.S.
Yeah.
If you look at any of the champions from any other fighting games or anywhere else, it's mostly Asia. It's mostly Asia.
Video games in general is mostly Asia.
Yeah. But it's like the games that are dominated by Smash, the country that's dominated by Smash is the U.S. And a lot of U.S. players come back. And not to say that there aren't any players, because I mean, there's people come from Sweden. You can name a couple of guys from there. People and Leffen and everybody else. You could talk about people from just basically from Europe, from England and such. You can talk about people from Japan, and that's really it. Beyond that, like Street Fighter has like people from all over the place, which is why like it's been dominated by the Japanese, and then now other countries have been like stepping up. I mean, last year a player from France won.
Yeah,
and that's going like way off topic, but the point I'm trying to make is just like I feel like Nintendo's shooting itself in the foot. They're holding themselves back from something that they could be greater for, and they don't want to do that because they feel like this isn't the way it should be, even though it's the way it's happening.
Yeah, like why not just embrace the free advertising you're getting from people playing your games?
I don't think they see it like that because that's almost like how people feel about music, the music industry and the movie industry, where it's like, you can't do this, you can't like put like stuff out there for other people to see, and this is not right, and everything else. It's not really the same thing because you're not putting, you're not doing an MST3K where you're riffing out a movie or song. Like you're actually you're actually playing a game and doing your own commentary. People say that's fair use. When you're talking about music and such, people it took years for the movie industry and the music industry to embrace digital, but really they've been losing a ton of money. But that's not really the fault of the musician. That's not really the fault of the people. That's just the fault of the actual industry itself.
Yeah.
Depending so much on basically just feeding and leeching off of the artists themselves, when really the artist only makes money from the concerts. They don't really make money off the records because everybody else does.
That's the company. That's the record company. That's the higher ups. They don't really make money from selling things.
Yeah, they don't. They're just basically
tours. Ticket sales, that stuff.
Yeah, that's all like the actual the artist. But and the same thing with movies. Like they don't embrace like the streaming. This streaming thing is so still taboo to some of the movie industry, to where they finally experimented by force with the interview, and even then it was kind of like it still lost money. But if it was handled differently, maybe, I don't know, or maybe if it was a better movie.
I think it was a better movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're way off topic here.
No, but that's the thing. But it's going to the point where those industries are sticking to their old ways instead of embracing a new way of actually advertising and putting the work out there. And that's where I think Nintendo is. Because look at what Microsoft's doing. Microsoft's not only talking about their newer consoles and such, their new stuff and new games and everything. They're even talking about the future with the augmented reality freaking headset that's still in beta.
Yeah,
it's still a prototype basically. I don't even think it's in beta. I think it's alpha still.
Yeah, I don't even know.
And then Sony, it's just like they're doing great with the gaming, but not everything else. I mean, obviously you can you can tell with that, but that they're doing something right where people are flocking towards the PS4, and people are loving it. People are loving it for the games. People are loving it for the content, and they're embracing the sharing everything. Like that's another thing too, sharing games. Even some people in the industry don't like about the sharing and DRM. This is why DRM exists, so no pirating, but pirates are still going to find something.
They'll find a way.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's just basically embrace the new and try to work with it. Because the way I always saw piracy, especially when old school, when like Napster and like Kazaa were like out there, like I always saw it as this. I don't know if this artist is good or not. Let me listen to some songs. If I like it, I get the album. And that's almost basically what the premise is of with like streaming and such it is now with video games, where video games right now people are watching it to see if it's good or bad. Which is why like some people are buying certain games, and why like certain games are at the top that aren't like the esports games. And it could be for different reasons. It could be for speedruns, or people are curious to what this new game is. Like Dying Light is one of the top games right now on Twitch. But that's because people want to see what that game's all about.
Because it just came out and no one really knew too much about it. So
and you don't see the company that made it saying, no, we can't have this. We got to shut this down, because they want that.
They should be they enjoy the free publicity you're getting from someone playing your game and thousands and maybe hundreds of thousands of people watching it.
Yeah, and especially if nobody heard of the game, or if people heard of it and just are curious, they'll see it. And if not, and if they didn't buy it and they're not playing themselves, then they're watching it. And if they're watching it enough to where they buy it, then yeah. And that's the thing I think Nintendo's missing on, and I don't think they see that. Unless, I don't think everybody sees that. Because remember, there was talk that if one person didn't agree, then it was Iwata that supposedly was like, maybe we shouldn't do that, because he doesn't want to make everybody upset. He wants to make everybody happy. So it's such a controversial issue. Let us know what you guys think about that there.
Yeah, because I completely disagree with it.
Mm-hmm. I don't really see a point at it. It sucks. It really does. And it's unfortunate Nintendo has to go that route. But I mean, if they really were desperate for that much money, then they have to change their whole game plan. Because obviously the way it's working right now with the Wii U, even though it's selling very well, we can update, because we have an update on not only the sales of the Wii U, but comparing it to the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, how that's looking, and how it's looking kind of grim. Basically, I mean, granted, the Wii U had high sales, but where's it going? No. So we'll talk about that in the individual sections of the consoles. Right now, we wanted to talk about Smash Bros. Because when we last recorded our podcast, we were talking about like this hype hidden game that was going to be announced at Apex. And what that hype game was a Splatoon that was showing up. Of course, that was like everybody already knew that basically. And we can go on and on about how great that's cool for Nintendo and everything else. And Nintendo saying that they're going to announce, have an announcement on Sunday, like we talked about in our previous segment, of how they're gonna help this future the Smash community, but something happened.
Yeah, Apex is a little bit delayed at the moment.
Yeah. As we're recording right now, it's Friday. We know there's nothing happening right now. And I still remember I was at work earlier, and I was trying to check out what was going on because I was like, oh, I saw, like, I got the email of Team Spooky streaming Apex, and everybody's streaming Apex. And then I tune in. I'm like, why is nobody streaming right now? What's going on? Then I have to go on the Smash Bros Reddit, and everything just blew up, apparently. Not literally, but it's something that I kind of thought about when I was doing show prep for this and researching, because I got curious about the venue, because they had basically the whole PDF, the whole rule set, the whole venue and how it's laid out, and everybody's names who are registered to be at Apex. There was one main room that had Melee and all the other, like, I think it was Melee, like 1 or 2 games basically, and then there was a second ballroom that they had rented out. But that second ballroom had a section cornered off because it said, oh, there was a collapse. And I'm like, wait, they made a plan around the collapse? Like, this was okay? But I didn't think anything of it, because obviously if it was cleared, obviously, I'm thinking, of course it's cleared. It's safe for everybody to come into, right? Well, I don't know if it's Apex being cursed or just pure dumb luck or coincidence. But it just so happened that somebody in their hotel room decided to put a towel over the fire alarm in their room for some dumb reason. Like I said, it could be dumb luck, it could be something. And then that triggered the fire alarm to go off, which called in the fire departments and then the fire marshal being there.
And of course, they saw that collapsed area that was, sectioned off, and they said, you can't do this here.
Yeah, they shut down the tournament. They shut down all of Apex, and it's actually recorded. It's on Team Spooky's Twitch if you wanted to do the replay of that. They're there. They you see them on camera to a point where they actually closed down everything, but all the TVs and all the consoles were still in the rooms. So everybody's outside in the cold or in their hotel rooms, and they were like looking, and they basically walked in and they said you can't have this tournament here. It's unsafe for everybody here. Not only that, they're saying that somebody was saying that I don't know if it came from the fire marshal's mouth or if somebody overheard the fire marshal saying it, but it got to a point where somebody said that the hotel can get in trouble for this. And really, it's like, if I saw the layout of plans and I saw that there was a quarantine, not a quarantine, but at least like a cutoff section.
An area that you're not allowed to use.
Yeah, I would be concerned about that in general, but I don't know if it was because they wanted this event to happen no matter what. Even though it was a couple of days ago that this happened. I believe it happened on the 23rd, and today right now is like the 30th. So, here's what happened. The hotel that where the actual ballrooms are is underneath the garage, from what I understand, and the garage had collapsed in there. So there was a partial collapse where the ballroom was, where they had rented the venue. It was not fixed yet at all. It was apparently they had plans to, but I don't know if it was their irresponsibility of the hotel just wanting this event to happen because they wanted the money, or and this is speculation, of course. This is all just I'm just guessing. I'm not this is not concrete. Or it's the fact that,
concrete. You made a joke there.
Or, the concrete that collapsed, apparently, for all that. And the other thing is, too, I mean, why was it the tournament organizers that basically wanted to keep pushing it, going, no, whatever. Like, we don't know about that. But it got so crazy that, yes, the event is canceled, but for today. Because...
they're moving.
Yeah, they're moving. They're moving 40 minutes south to because at first they were at Secaucus. Now they're moving to another venue, and it's going to be they actually moving to the Garden State Convention Center, which is actually pretty cool. That actually sounds like a legit kind of tournament.
Yeah, right.
Which is I believe 40 minutes south. I forget what city it's at right now. I already forgot. Darn it! I just had it too. Do you remember which?
Paramus?
I think it was no.
No, I thought it was in Paramus and they moved it to Secaucus.
Oh yeah, no. It's in Secaucus. They're actually going to Paramus. You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, all the moves and everything. So basically, they can't move it all and expect everything to happen tonight. So it's I'm sorry, in Somerset. It's actually going to be in Somerset.
Oh, Somerset.
Yeah. So it's going to be kind of sick because now we have a new venue. Find a new Twitch was actually a big part in trying to get this to happen, which is really good for the people who say that Twitch is against the fighting game community. They kind of helped us out. So I don't know what time it's going to start on Saturday, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's good that thankfully that this is moved on to another venue and it gets to happen. We're happy about that, of course. But then it just kind of sucks because it could have probably
delayed.
It's delayed, and it probably could have been prevented.
Probably.
In all honesty,
there was no reason to. Like when they're looking, I don't know. Why would you planned an event around an area you knew that was like not able to happen?
Yeah.
I don't know. Stupid.
It's weird. So that's all about it for Apex, just about anyway. Because I believe we have one more thing. Oh, yes. Something good is happening, or something new this year. I don't know if they're still going to keep it on schedule at this point, but ScrewAttack is actually going to help stream Apex as well. And it's not any regular old stream. They're doing the noob stream, I guess you could say.
The noob stream?
Where basically they're introducing the game to people who are unfamiliar with it. So they're basically explaining everything that goes on.
Oh.
So it's going to be that type of stream. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just wouldn't watch that kind of stream.
I'd be curious to see what they say. I'd be curious about it.
Look at that DI. For all you don't know what DI means, it means directional input. Which means, like, then they're going to explain...
Directional influence, man.
Influence, input. It's the same thing. They both DI. I say input, you say influence.
Everybody else is influence.
Whatever, I say input. Because you're inputting a direction, are you not? Define directional influence.
All right, yes, you're right.
So, whatever. Either way, like they're going to explain the mechanic behind DI and then...
wave dashing.
And melee, yeah. It's actually not supposed to be in the game. It's just, you glitch it by, dodging in the air, but hitting down as fast as you can.
I would like to see it just to see it a wave dash explained, or at least they might do it beforehand. But at least that's supposed to be just finals day only. It's not going to happen throughout the entire weekend. That was only supposed to be the finals day on Sunday. That's it.
Whatever.
Yeah. But now that's the other thing, too. How the hell are they going to fit all those games in that weekend? Because remember, it was supposed to be Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday was basically finals day. So Saturday has to be finals day straight up. Taking that between sets, and that's it. I don't know. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, or like, Sunday's straight up finals day.
Yeah.
It's like everything happens on Saturday, Sunday's finals day. Like,
yeah.
Buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up, dude. You're going to have some fun today.
Yeah.
So enough about Apex. We got to talk about the actual game itself.
You didn't want to talk about the Diddy Kong thing?
In a way, because what caught me off guard about this is the fact that people just are defending Diddy Kong, because if you guys don't know, Diddy Kong in Smash Bros Wii U is supposedly broken, supposedly OP, supposedly this, that, and blah blah. But really, a lot of people have this issue with Diddy Kong. But it's just the fact, too, that people are just jumping the gun on Diddy Kong too much, especially how brain dead of a character he is. But there's ways around him. I mean, look at what happened at Beast. European players had basically a few Diddies, and all of them got bopped. Where basically the finals was like there was like a Samus in there and a Luigi. So I mean, obviously, everyone got beat by a Diddy and said he's OP, he's broken. You can't play against this thing, except that you can. Yeah.
It's like no one took time to find what the counter is, and everyone just wanted to just straight up throw him in the fire. Like,
and of course it goes down to Omni, who made
and
a whole video.
Omni said basically what I said. You guys as a community are so quick to jump the gun, and you want to read the actual quote?
No, I mean you're basically hitting the nail on the head. I mean, we'll link his video, of course.
Yeah, but
And then it's also the fact, too, that it took time to find who was actually overpowered. Because it's not like Meta Knight was actually the guy in Brawl. It was like there was like so many other like characters that were considered in Brawl to be OP, to a point where now those characters are just whatever. And now it's just basically Meta Knight and Ice Climbers. That's it. So, and I mean, it got to a whole discussion where it's not the character, it's the people playing the character, the people who are afraid of the character. Because that's another thing, too. Somebody plays against somebody else that's a Diddy Kong, they automatically get scared, like, oh man, I can't beat this guy. And you can't look at it that way, ever. Even if it looks impossible to beat that character, you still got to play the character. No matter what, you still got to play the match, you know?
I don't know. I think people are too busy trying to find excuses to why they lost instead of trying to find a way to improve and win.
That's how you got to play the game. You got to play to learn to win. And if you're not winning, then you got to change something. That's how it is.
Everyone else wants to change you. They don't want to change themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So change yourself.
Yep.
Bang.
Now, talking about the game itself, 8-player Smash got 15 more stages, and that was an update given to us on Thursday.
Woohoo! Because I was tired of 6.
Yeah. So the regular stages, they got Mario Circuit. Now, another thing about that too, which I'll talk about, Mario Circuit, along with like a few other stages that I'll name, in regular, not even in Omega, don't have hazards. So and like Luigi's Mansion, I don't believe breaks either. So it's like it's very different. And not only does it not it does affect 8-player Smash, it also affects the game itself. So Mario Circuit, Luigi's Mansion, Pyrosphere, and Pyrosphere doesn't move either in 8-player Smash, it stays. So the hazards are gone from the 8-player Smash, which is good, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because Pyrosphere, I mean, if you touch the lava, there's gonna be like 4 players flying off the stage, so,
Right.
you know, like that's the
I'm
thing.
guessing in On It or One It, however you want to call it. That's one of my favorite stages. There's
Yeah.
no car, I guess.
Yeah, they took out the vehicles coming out. Yeah, because if not, like you're just getting bombarded.
Yeah,
Hit
right.
by
8
cars.
people getting hit by cars.
Oh.
The spinning car, everyone's flying.
Lilac Cruise, which is small.
Oh my god.
Pokemon Stadium 2, which does not transform. Town and City and Smashville, which is Smashville. We tried an 8-player
we
Smash.
tried that one. That was we tried with 7, but it was.
That was too small. They needed to make that stage a little bigger.
Didn't you die in like
2
a
seconds?
minute? Yeah.
I was like, really? I was like done. I was gone.
We played a 3-stock match and Ricky was all 3 lives gone in like a minute and a half.
Yeah, it was bad.
Man got womboed.
Yeah, I got definitely womboed. And then Wii Fit Studio. Final Destination stages, Mario Galaxy, Mario Circuit again for that. The Great Cave Offensive, Final Destination stage, which is really cool. I like that stage as FD itself. I like that. Lilac Cruise, Pokemon Stadium 2, and then Animal Crossing Town and City.
Cool.
Other than that, this patch and this update does not change anything else. Keynote, there's no new moves. There's no anything
no
else.
changes in damage.
None of that.
I'm okay with that.
Yes. So people,
Perfectly fine with that.
yeah, don't try to look for something like these guys who looked for the data in the Wii U. Ha ha ha. That's segue though. So somebody,
It's not a segue when you call it out.
hey, shush, man, shush. All right, but you know you like them skills. No. So this person was looking for data. Basically, because I'm trying to find his name on this website, but of course we'll link it as well. This guy has a blog on WordPress where he basically was looking and digging through the Smash game itself and finding things that may have been left behind by the developers. So he did a lot of data mining on the 3DS version. So when he got the Wii U files, he just wanted to search through it. So he was talking about this. The share menu, like sharing Mii Fighters, snapshots, and video, is present in the Wii U version. But here's the thing. There were no additional fighters, but there were some additional characters like the Dr. Mario viruses, which is awesome. And then you're thinking, well, what the hell are the viruses? Did the viruses,
That's pretty cool.
Were the viruses supposed to be characters, or what the hell are they supposed to be?
I think it was speculated that there was going to be a Dr. Mario stage and they were going to be hazards.
That's what
cool.
that was the conclusion.
The
That was
ice
supposed to
one
be a stage.
freezes you. The fire one puts
The
you
red
on
one.
fire. The red one puts you on fire, and I don't know what the yellow one's supposed to do.
I don't know, infect you with the virus that he is. I don't know. Like it sounded like
Electrocute you, maybe?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah. And I like the hazard. I like that. I like that as a stage. I thought it was a cool concept.
Well, I don't like
apparently-
hazards, so I think it's stupid.
But
As far as the stage goes, maybe yeah.
a Dr. Mario stage. I mean, think about it. If they had Tetris, there would have been a Tetris stage. You know, you would have liked the Tetris stage.
No.
Yeah, you're lame. That's all right.
I'm pretty sure hazards would be Tetris pieces falling down
Yeah.
on you, and that'd be annoying.
So and then looking through data, it looks like the actual rumor that was like for like a long time the trio from that freaking game.
The chorus boys.
Yes.
The chorus kids.
Yes,
whatever
it
the
looks
hell
like
is.
they were actually there. They may have been in the game. There's some makeup in there that like basically it's like it's kind of complex to explain because it's like you'll see some things like set in there like rhythm in some of the like names and the file names and such. So one of them might have been in the game as at some point in development, but then was cut. Same thing with Plankton and Diary.
What are those?
Diary was probably a reference to Swap Note. Which, you know, that swap note, it was probably going to be a swap note themed
diary.
stage. Yeah, like that's what it means in Japanese, a diary. Like, but basically it was that. But that the theory is it was supposed to be like Picto Chat 2, and then it was going to be a swap note stage, but then it changed after probably the controversy that, you know, swap note got shut down in Japan, which is shut down for everybody, you know. Now, there was other things that were found too, like an emblem, the Brain Age emblem. Yes, brain age. So I don't know if the actual doctor was supposed to be a character.
Isn't he I thought he's an assist trophy.
Yeah,
though.
he's an assist trophy, but it's unknown at this point because they found brain age and then Super Mario Kart, whatever that was supposed to mean. And it's just strange. And now, when compared to two lists, of course, when he found the trophy categories, the ones that made it to the 3DS version but not the Wii U version, Street Pass Me Plaza and then Wrecking Crew. And then we found other things as well, and we'll post that for you. So it's it's kind of cool to break down the game and see what the hell that was all about. Yeah, I like the discoveries that they found, especially the Dr. Mario stage. That would have been interesting.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, and of course people are like, oh, maybe DLC, but Sakurai's talked about this. Sakurai has said, they're not talking about DLC at this point. Mewtwo's the DLC basically, and that's it.
The experimental DLC, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too about Sakurai. Sakurai's talking about like for realsies this time that he is gonna like quit after this game. Like that's it. No more game development for him.
Yeah, which means that there's gonna be another Smash. Would mean with Sakurai. No, I mean there's going to be another Smash.
Of course, yeah.
But does that mean Sakurai's not working on it?
And then does that make it bad?
Does that make it suck? Exactly.
Or does that make it good?
What do you mean?
Does it make it better then without Sakurai being in there? Does it make it worse?
I don't know.
Does it hold back the Smash Brothers? Even as a competitive and a casual
Sakurai.
game? I feel like it too. But here's the quote. Because somebody has asked him in Famitsu that if here's the thing. Mrs. Sakurai, it sounds like development of Smash Bros. Is really, really hard. Reading your column sent shivers up my spine. I've never seen you so worn out. It made me appreciate the new Smash Bros. More than ever. So Sakurai just said this straight up. It was very tough this time around. I doubt I'll be able to go on making games if it continues like this, but I consider myself lucky that so many people seem to enjoy the game. Yeah, he looks like people are suggesting, look, he needs a vacation. We've said it on the show. The guy definitely needs a vacation from all this because the guy's been working nonstop for the last couple of years, basically sacrificing his like love life because I don't know if he has seen his wife that much. He's sacrificing his social life to make this game because even he talked about the development because look at how long Mewtwo's taken to make. Because he talked about how developing a character takes a year. So obviously Mewtwo's been worked on for a couple of months now to a point where he's going to be released in spring in a couple of more months. So obviously he's still working on that. Not only that, he's obviously still working on the tournament that's supposed to be a part of the game, the tournament section of the game, and he's going to be working on the the Miiverse stage of the game. And it's like, dude, relax. Like, let somebody else work in this game, please. Right. Like, I mean, you did your part. Let somebody else just work on the added stuff, man. Relax.
Yeah, but I guess it's just him wanting to be involved in it.
he wants to be involved with the development so much, and it's just like, it's taking a toll on him, but it's just like, at some point, dude, relax.
Whatever.
Yeah. So we're done with our discussion / Smash section of the show. We're going to individual games in a moment. Like Pokemon and Pokken, basically, Destiny, and all the other individual games and individual consoles coming up soon.